Will humankind's desire for animal protein destroy our water supply? It's all about manure. You know, caca, poop. Livestock produces 130 times more waste than humans. Now, human waste is processed before it's put back into the system, but they don't do that with the animal waste. Animal poop lives in lagoons, which are nothing more than open sewers. Some of them are as big as 8 acres. Wastewater and all the runoff from croplands includes some pretty nasty stuff. Nitrates, phosphates, bacteria, antibiotics, viruses, heavy metals, insecticides, and our favorite, E. coli. Some of that wastewater is put back on the croplands, which is beneficial to plants, but the runoff liability may be worse. For example, farmland waste will flow into streams and rivers, and it gets to the Mississippi. Now, that all gets dumped into the Gulf of Mexico. This wastewater has a lot of nitrogen in it, which causes the algae populations to go crazy. They grow so big that they take all the oxygen out of the water. Now that kills what plant and animal life was there to begin with. They call these areas dead zones. The one at the mouth of the Mississippi, it's half the size of Maryland. But land farming isn't the only problem. Fish farms contribute too. Thousands of fish are crammed into cages. There's feces, there are dead fish, there's food that's full of antibiotics, and that all settles beneath the cages. Well, obviously this pollutes the water, but it also causes rivers, lakes, and ocean floors to rot. What can we do to ensure a clean, fresh water supply? Well, we can eat less or no meat, fish, or animal products. Let's make the switch. Good morning. For breakfast today, we're going to have a bowl of fresh fruit and a bowl of cereal. Let's talk about the ingredients. I have some fruits that happen to be in season. I've got an apple, a pear, a kiwi, and in my pantry I had some figs, and these are currants, but you could obviously use raisins. Any combination of fruit would do. This is what I just happen to have today. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the cereal I've chosen this morning. This particular brand is made from whole grain and beans. One serving of this cereal would be equivalent in protein to breakfast made with eggs. For lunch today, I'd like to show you how to make some soup. This soup actually takes some preparation time, so you'll need to find about an hour and a half to prepare and cook it. This will be a minestrone soup. There's some barley and some beans. Let's talk about the ingredients. You'll need 8 cups of vegetable stock. You can buy this in a carton, make it from a powder, or of course make your own. You'll need 1 large can of tomatoes, about half an onion, a half a cup of green beans, 2 ribs of celery, 2 carrots, a clove of garlic, about a half a cup of corn, half a cup of peas. This is the powder for the vegetable stock. A tablespoon of tomato paste, about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a couple of bay leaves, some oil, a cup of barley, and a can of beans. This is aduki beans. Heat the oil in a pan, add your onions and garlic, and cook until soft. Add to your stock pot. Next, add your vegetable stock and the vegetable powder. Mix to incorporate. Add your tomatoes, your chopped vegetables, the bay leaves and your spices, your tomato paste and the beans, and your barley. Stir and simmer for about an hour. To go with your soup for lunch, I'll be making a spinach salad. Let's talk about ingredients. I have fresh spinach, some chopped red onion, you could use green onion, some cucumber, 2 tangelos, these are Brazil nuts, and some slivered almonds. Your salad with a light vinaigrette. If you're taking your lunch with you to school or work, you might want to put your soup in a thermos or a separate container you can warm up. Enjoy! Tonight, to go with our chili, I'm going to make some cornbread. I've preheated my oven to 400 degrees.
1 cup rice milk, a 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of pepper, 1/4 cup of corn, 2 tablespoons of flax meal with 6 tablespoons of hot water, 1 cup whole wheat pastry flour, 1 cup of cornmeal, a teaspoon of salt, and 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Add your apple cider vinegar to your rice milk. You're making sort of a buttermilk, a butter rice milk. The flax meal goes into the hot water. Stir that vigorously. This is your egg replacement. It will eventually reach an egg-like consistency. Mix your dry ingredients. Add your rice milk to the flax meal. Stir that together. Add your olive oil. Make a well in the dry ingredients and pour in the wet. Add your corn, your bell pepper. If you'd like to make it more spicy, add some jalapenos. Stir your batter just until it's incorporated. Have your 8x8 pan ready. Pour in your batter. Even it out and bake in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. For the chili, we'll start with about 3 cups of beans. This would equal 2 cans. If you're using canned, be sure and rinse them and drain them. And if you're making your own from dried beans, soak overnight and cook until tender. Using 1 cup of water, about a 1/2 cup of tempeh, which is a fermented soybean product. We'll use about a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of onions, about 2 tablespoons of a Mexican spice mix, 1 small can of diced mild chilies, 2 to 3 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, a large can of tomatoes, and about a tablespoon of safflower oil. Heat your oil, add your onion and garlic, add the tempeh, and let that cook for just about a minute or so. At this point, add your beans, the tomatoes, your chilies, and the tomato paste, your spices, about a teaspoon of salt. Mix that all together. Add enough water so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of a pan. You'll need to cook this for about 20 minutes. Serve with warm cornbread and a green salad. You can top with a dollop of tofu sour cream.